These fish reached me nearly DOA. They spent 3 days in a shipping bag, and I'm happy to say that all 5 of them have survived. They have completed quarantine, and they're going into the main tank today. Yes, this guy is in a Tupperware. I will explain. Let's go. So during those 30 days, they were receiving a daily dose of the QC medication, which consists of Chem Metroplex and Paragard. And I can confirm that they are parasite-free, disease-free. They're looking happy and healthy and super colorful. They're out swimming in the open water. They're not hiding anymore. And they got a great appetite and eating very well. This dude you see right here in the Tupperware is because he was being a huge bully. And in this small size of a tank, that bully could have killed these guys within those 30 days. So he spent about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks in this Tupperware. I was checking on him every single day, and he's been totally fine. I've been feeding him through the top of the lid, but his jail time is complete, and he's ready to join the rest of society. Adding new African cichlids to your main tank is not your standard typical process. There are a couple of unique things to do to avoid those new guys getting hammered by your main guys. And the first thing that I do is drain the tank down to a level where they think it's a water change. I mean, it essentially is a water change. That way they will be heavily distracted from these new guys entering their kingdom. So I stopped the drain at about 80%. This is my typical water change amount. Nothing new for these guys really, except for the fact that the lights are still on. I would normally turn them off, but I want to give you guys a nice shot of the fish for now. Let's go grab those new guys. First one now is going to be the big old bully here in the Tupperware. He's been locked up for a while, so it's just right to give him freedom first. And it's a good idea to add him in first because my main guys are going to make sure he gets an attitude adjustment right away. Here we go. I know he doesn't like this too much, but we're moving him right over. So I'm gonna add these new guys right into this corner here so that hopefully they stay in that corner and we could take a good look at them for a quick second. Here we go. Oof. There he is, and he did not stay in the corner. He's out. There he is. Sand Diver is in the building with everybody else. So far, nobody's messing with him, but he just got in there, so give him some time. This is the reason for the water change. No one's really concerned or have a care in the world. Well, I do see a Venusis right there, kind of concerned. One of them is checking him out already. All right, he swam away, no big deal. I don't see anybody else really messing with him. No one cares, not a bother in the world. He's doing good. All right, let's move on. Let's grab another guy. Now, as I grab these guys out of here, am I concerned with using the net that's in the quarantine tank and cross-contaminating with the main tank? The answer is no. Because this 30 days of quarantine here with medication has eliminated any parasites or disease that could be in here. Let's move this guy over. He really wants to join the new guys. So at this point, I'm not really concerned that anything is going to transfer because I think I pretty much killed everything. All right. We'll drop him here in this corner. There's another dragon blood that just swam away. So we got a new mate here. Let's see how they act with each other. There he goes. Seems to be doing all right. This is what I want to see early on. I want to see nobody caring at all about his existence. That's exactly what I want. And the fact that I've got other dragon bloods in here might become an issue later on down the road. We'll have to see. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, since we're adding pink guys, let's go ahead and add the albino super red as well. So these pinkish colors get in there now. If I can catch this guy. Actually, I think this is the dragon blood and the first one was the albino super red. Either way, let's get him into his home. Got a nice splash of this pinkish color now. Look at all those pink guys there. Yeah, that's definitely the dragon blood because the other guy was much bigger. Keeping my eye on him so I don't lose him and confuse him with somebody else. He's in that back right corner. He's got his fins flared. I see that. It's got a little blue on the top of his fin there, the dorsal fin. I like that. Looks great. Here he is right in front, next to OG camera hog right here, never lets it go. It's like he knows where the camera's pointing. There he is, check him out. Oh my God, he's looking beautiful. He's very confident with his fins flared, letting everybody know he's not anyone to mess with. There's a sand diver in that corner too with him. Overall, everyone's looking pretty calm. Nothing crazy happening, no splashing happening, no one's chasing each other. They're all more concerned about this water change than anything else. All right, let's keep it moving. Okay, one of these guys is the tangerine tiger hap, and the other one is the redfin borley. Let's see which one I get. Trying to jump out. If I have to remove all this stuff, I will, but I'm hoping I don't need to. Come on, buddy. You're going to a better home, I promise. Way better than this tank. All right, I tried to avoid it, but there's no avoiding it. Gotta get this out of here. Now that water got really nasty looking. That's what I mean, guys. You're going to a better place. Much cleaner than this. All right, we got the tangerine tiger hap, and I'm noticing right now that he does have a little bit of cloudy eye. But I'm still gonna move him over now because I think that moving him into a much cleaner environment, cleaner water, is gonna help that cloudy eye clear up. Come on out of the net, buddy. Told you you're in a better place, bro. Told you this. Okay, let's check him out. Yeah, that cloudy eye is heavy on him. He's still got a little bit of fin damage too. So we're gonna keep a really good eye on him in this tank and make sure that no one else is picking on him. When I'm done here with the last guys, I'll be dosing Stress Guard and Paragard into this tank. Give everybody a good little dose of medication. He swam all the way over there to that side. Here he is. Swimming around, looking around. See, he looks much more nervous than the other guys I just added. You see? And they're already picking on him. This is how fast they can tell when a fish is weak. Because you act weak. He's kind of swimming erratic. Doesn't know what to do or where to go. And they're picking up on that. So I saw a couple of guys already pick at him, but they kind of swam away. So that's good. He's exploring. But I'm going to have to keep a very close eye because that's a bad cloudy eye that he's got there. And make sure that he recovers. All right, let's grab this last guy. Last but not least, in this dingy tank that we can't even see in anymore, is the fastest of them all. Here we go, got him. Let's get out of here, buddy. Let's go to a better place. We're going to a better place, my guy. But look at that blue on his face, it's beautiful. Here we go. Welcome home, baby. Bam. Right into the corner, which is what I hoped to be able to capture here so we don't lose them. He went to the back. He's swimming across. I'm gonna keep an eye on him for a little bit. Where'd he go? Oh no, I lost him. I don't know where he went. He's gone. Now it's time to start filling this tank, but before I do, I am gonna add some Seachem Stress Guard. Stress Guard is gonna help all these guys stay calm because as you can see, they are starting to get a little rowdy, and is gonna help any fin nippage or fin damage that might get caused in the next couple of days from the hierarchy kind of reshaping itself. Stress Guard is going to help repair some of that damage, if any. So here we go. I am adding the entire volume of water's worth of Stress Guard now because that means they're going to get a nice higher dose of it as I fill up the tank. I'm also going to add Seachem Paragard because Paragard is going to prevent any secondary infections from popping up due to that damage that we talked about just now. And it's also going to be very helpful for that one guy's cloudy eye too. Again, same deal. I add the entire tank's volume needed of Paragard, which is 100 milliliters for my tank. And I add it in now so they get a nice strong dose while we fill the tank. I do strongly suggest that immediately after adding those two products, you start filling the tank and get that water oxygenated quickly. As usual, I'm filling up with regular old tap water, so we gotta dechlorinate this water. Seachem Prime is the answer. 200 gallons worth, which is 2 capfuls of this 10 milliliter cap, is all she wrote. As you can see, I added my Prime during the fill. I'm not adding Prime to an outside container waiting for it to do its thing and then use that water. You can add your Chem Prime directly to the tank as it fills up. Quick temperature check right here. And it's a little warm. Let me cool it down a little bit. Made a little adjustment. There you go. That's pretty good. Now, because my tap water is not ideal for African cichlids, my water is at about a 7.0 pH. I've got to add some products to raise my pH where I know my African cichlids thrive. First one is Chem Cichlid Lake Salt. This adds all the minerals needed that will get them what they need and harden the water, which they prefer, as well as Chem's Malawi Buffer. This buffer is needed to raise your KH, which in turn keeps your pH high and stable where the African cichlids like it. I need to add both of these during every water change. It just is what it is. If you have hard water, high pH, then these aren't necessary for you. You're good to go. But this is why it's important to understand what's in your source water and what your specific type of fish need. I should also mention that if you do need to raise your pH, there are natural methods of doing it as well, like using crushed coral or aragonite sand. If you use that as a substrate, as your water becomes more acidic, it will deteriorate the calcium, the magnesium, all those minerals inside that crushed coral or aragonite sand, release it into your water and keep your pH high and stable. But with that method, you gotta keep in mind that it will eventually deplete and not be able to release any more of those minerals at a certain point in time. Depending on your bioload, that could be anywhere from a year or two. I've kept my Africans that way for a while and it worked out great. I switched over to a sand that does not release any minerals, so now I have to add product, but it's kind of a preference. Both ways work well. It just depends on what you want to do with your tank and your fish. So as the tank is filling, I add about half of my container behind the background so that I don't see all that white dust spread throughout the tank. I just eyeball it. And then when I kick my filters back on, I add the second half. And then there's my secret sauce, which is Chem's Cichlid Trace. Cichlid Trace consists of trace minerals that African cichlids thrive in, very similar to what the Cichlid Lake Salt has, but what the salt is missing is in the Cichlid Trace. What the Cichlid Trace is missing is in the Cichlid Salt. So I use both of them. And I know what some of you are thinking, but give me a second. Let me add this and I'm gonna address it. So let me guess, Kev adds a whole bunch of chemicals to his tank. Yes, I do. And I do it for good reason. It's because I see the improvements in my fish. I see how good they look, how healthy they are, how free swimming and free spirited and loving life they are because they have everything they need, right? Just as easily someone can say Kev does unnecessary water changes. They're too much and they're too big. Well, I do them for the same reasons as previously stated. I have tried doing things without certain products, with certain products, this way, that way, 2-week water changes, a month water. I have dialed my strategy in to the way I feel that my fish look their best. Now, some people are gonna say, well, I don't use any of that stuff and my fish look great. Okay, that's your perspective. Congratulations, I'm glad that you love the way your fish look. When I wasn't using these products that I use all the time, I wasn't happy with the way my fish looked until I started using them. So, to each their own. I'm only showing you what I use and how I keep my tank and my fish. That does not mean that you have to use any of it. You could choose to use one, all, or none of the products that I just showed you that I use. The choice is yours, always. Filters back on. I add the rest of my concoction right here. Since they behave themselves pretty well, I'm giving them dinner now. Now that they're fed, it's a great time to add them to the AquaBuilder app. The AquaBuilder app is where you keep track of your fish, keep track of your water parameters, keep track of everything. It's the best aquarium app. And if you don't have it already, I don't know what you're waiting for. There's gonna be a link to it in the description below. Check it out, it's free. If you don't like it, just delete it, but you're gonna like it. After about an hour or so, this tank is gonna clear up and look crystal clear. Now that I know that I was able to save those 5 guys that were at the brink of death, I wanna show you why it's so important to properly quarantine your fish. Check this tank out right here. And if you wonder why there are no fish in this saltwater fowler tank, it's because I experienced an entire tank wipe. And we're gonna get into that in this video right here. Make sure you check it out. But before you go, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the other side. Peace.